Hi, welcome to episode 6, I think, of Friendly 15. I'm Nancy Nellie. It's great to see you, Nola. I'm always looking forward to this because of that. Barb, surprise. I thought you might come, but I wasn't sure. I'm going to put my blocks underneath my hips. Today we're going to be strictly on the mat. I will not be using the chair today. So, in yoga, a lot of the yoga guides emphasize work on the hips, the place where we do our hip flexion. And today I'm going to ask you, if you need to pause, I want you to find a strap. That's fine, a strap, a belt, a scarf, a tea towel, anything will work. Preferably about longer than your legs, let's put it that way. Little, or as long as your legs at least. And we're going to do a simple series of leg stretches, and we're going to be in the supine position, lying on our back. So if you want something under your head, nothing too heavy, but too thick, I mean, you can put a folded blanket underneath your head, or just lay back down. So that's what we're going to do first, is lay down. So I'll take out my blocks and have them handy in case I want them later. And I'm going to take out my sitting prop that I'm very pleased with. I really like it. It's a little bit thinner than the blocks, plus it's bigger, so it fits my posterior better, and it's quite soft. All right, so let's putting your hands behind you, turning lengthwise on the mat, letting your feet down. And if easy way to go down, I mean, later on in your practice, in a couple of years' time, you'll be using your abdominals to push you down. But for now, one elbow, the other elbow, and then bend your knees and shift your hips to a comfortable position, and slowly let yourself go down, putting the cushion under the pillow if you want to. Okay, keeping your legs bent for starters, your feet are planted in the floor, and I want you to just gently sway your knees from side to side. Breathing naturally. Inhale and exhale. As we let the blood slow down, moving into our hips. That's where we're going to be stretching today. Your heart rate is slowing down. Okay, now we can use this strap in many ways. We can ask you to pull your hip towards your, keeping your left leg bent, pull your right knee in towards your chest. If you can't pull on your knee, you can pull on your thigh down below. And if you find that is difficult, you can put your strap behind and pull it in. Everyone has different thicknesses of thighs, and everyone has different amounts of belly flesh. So don't worry about that. We're concentrating on the hips. So pulling in and relax. Inhale, pull it in. And relax. Putting that bottom of the foot back onto the ground. Lift up your other foot, pulling on your shin or on your thigh. Compress that hip joint. 3 breaths. And release. Couple more. And release, and one more. Okay, now again, waving those hips back and forth, just loosening up, keeping your hands on the ground, flat. Good. Now I'd like you take your strap, and put it underneath the ball of your foot. Toe mounds. We don't want it at the arch. And just hold gently. You can let your elbows rest on the ground if you have a long enough strap. If not, it's not much effort to hold up high. Whatever's comfortable for you. If it's too much stress on the rear of your hip joint and your gluteus muscles, whatever feels comfortable for you. Don't push to the point of stressing your joint. Think of the circulation that is coming to your heart with your leg lifted. Okay, now taking the strap in your right hand, this is your right leg that's up. You're going to open that leg up to the side, as far as you like, as far as you want, and you're going to feel an opening in the groin area. Hold it there. You can hold it high up or at the length. 3 more breaths. And back to center. Now putting your right arm out into the T position, you're going to roll over to the left. If your leg comes down, you can put it on a bolster or a block if it comes down. Obviously, I have the wall in the way here. I could turn around and do it, but you'll see it on the other side. Now, if your arm is out to the T, you will feel a nice gentle stretch in your right shoulder. If that's difficult for you, put your hand on your hip. We're looking at the twist here. Best is to leave your arm out to the T if you can. And if you can't want to, you can even look back at that arm and get a little bit further spinal twist. Okay, straightening that leg back up. Bring it back down, put it on the floor. Now I want you to pay attention to the difference between the 2 legs. Your left leg will probably feel lighter, and you might feel a little bit of a tingle in there. You've moved your muscle cells, stretch them out. Wave your knees back and forth, left and right. And let's put the strap under the toe mound of the left foot. Okay, we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. Those of you who have been practicing this friendly 15 number 6, you can, if you want, you can straighten that other leg, but keep it active. Keep the ankle flexed, and if you can, the back of your calf to the ground. But it's just as good to leave it bent. Now, keep taking the strap in your left hand, open up to the left. Feel the stretch in the groin again. 3 breaths here. Back to center, taking the strap in your right hand. Now you'll get a better look at how I like to do this. Okay, you can roll, let your hip roll if you want, it's okay. And you let that leg drop. You can hold it, or you can rest it on anything. I'm going to rest it on my bolster here. There. And your left arm goes back behind you, and you can take a look over that left shoulder. So you're getting a full body twist here. It's beautiful. Two more breaths. And gently rolling back to center. And placing that elevated foot back on the ground. And shifting your knees back and forth. Now you're going to bring both of your legs up, hugging your knees in. If the belly flush is in the way, you can go quite wide, or you can compress. It will inhibit your breathing if you compress them, but it's good experience. You can feel, when you bring your knees up, you can feel your spine pressing into the floor. That's an activated pelvic tilt. And when you loosen, you'll feel that natural curvy of your spine come up. That's fine. Again, okay, everybody now, legs wide. And we're going to do our happy baby. So happy baby is a wonderful stretch. You can put your hands behind your thighs, and you're aiming your knees towards your shoulders. Those of you who can reach your feet, you can hold on to your ankles. A lot of people say hold on to your big toes, just like the babies. If you can't reach, if there's an issue, just put your hands behind your thighs and get that tailbone just slightly lifted. It's a wonderful, wonderful relaxing thing. Just imagine now you can roll from side to side while I have a little bit of movement. And the music just ended, but that's all right. We'll finish without it. Batteries. All right, and putting your feet back on the ground, I would like just to finish our hip action here. Lifting your right hip and make little circles with your knees. Putting your hand, make sure your hands are flat on the floor. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see me here. Put your hands back on the floor, gives you a little bit of support. A few circles in one direction and then do a few circles in the other direction, feeling that hip joint. It's a beautiful feeling. And then moving your knee in and out and place that foot down now. Left knee, knee circles. Any number in one direction and then in the other direction. A few circles and then back and forth, in and out with that knee. And place them back and forth, back on the ground. Now we're going to do keeping your heels as close as you can in towards your buttocks. We're just going to do a gentle lift with your hips and down. If you can articulate the spine on the way down, that's a very good experience to do that. So lifting gently through the middle. If you need to use your hands a little bit, that's okay. And back down. Two more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is you're going to lift your hips up a little bit and you're going to shuffle them to the left an inch or two. And then your knees are going to fall to the right. It's a beautiful twisting feeling. And then you're going to roll over and your left hand is going to hit the mat or the floor, depending where you are. 2 breaths here. Then your top leg will go straight. And you're going to push up with that left hand so your elbow catches you. Now you're leaning on your side with your hip hopefully on the mat and nice and straight. Then you're going to raise your left arm to make a perfect line from your tip of your toe to the tip of your finger. Now look down at your arm that's below you. Mermaid. 2 more breaths. Now you're going to swing your top arm and press with your bottom hand and sit up in a position, seated position. You can put your feet in staff pose or in a cross-legged position. If you have your props handy, you can set them underneath you. And we'll finish our practice today with some gentle shoulder rolls forward. Inhale. Loud audible exhale. Change direction. Moving your neck over, chin over the right shoulder, chin over the left shoulder. Inhale right, exhale left. Back to center, arms up and back into heart center. I want to thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.